What's a dead giveaway someone grew up as an only child? They don't have any siblings. Probably the biggest giveaway. I have an only child. Her roughhousing skills are below par. We have family friends with 3 daughters around her age, and I tell her not to get involved in their spats because they will throw down. My daughter is an only. We took her to judo classes, and it was fascinating to see the difference between her and another girl who had just started. She has 3 older brothers. My daughter looked like a deer in headlights for the first few lessons. Meanwhile, the other girl was roughhousing immediately with the other kids. It's getting better now. I have coached a lot of youth sports with my kids growing up. I can always pick out the boys with older brothers within an hour. Much more assertive and aggressive than the other kids. I told my daughter since she doesn't have a sibling, it's up to me to wrestle with her and give her a hard time. Things like turning the overhead light in her room off when I walk by, or chasing her down when she steals some of my food. Or when she told me the house looked boring, without holiday decorations, and I replied, "You're boring." She knows it's a joke and I wouldn't do any of it if I thought it was truly upsetting her. What's childhood without your family annoying you sometimes? They get along with grown-ups better than kids their own age. Yeah, this is 100% me. When I was a kid, I had more fun talking with the teacher compared to the kids in my school. The kids were always so intense for me. Like, damn, calm down. Why are you so loud at 8:30 in the morning? When I was signing up for dorm placement for college, there was an option for 24/7 quiet hall. No one picks that on purpose. Then my mom pointed out, you grew up mostly with just me and had to be quiet after I go to bed at 7 to 8 p.m. You don't understand what it's like in a busy household. She had 3 siblings and a bonus cousin. You might like the 24/7 quiet dorm. I checked the box and oh, how right she was. Yep. When the main people you have to talk to are your parents, your vocabulary and general knowledge is usually several years ahead of your peers. The few friends I did have were either only children as well, or else they were a lot older or a lot younger than their siblings. Bingo. My son is almost 11, and I'm just now pregnant with my second. Last year a kid was bullying him, and he asked the kid, "Are you just mean because you have a bad home life?" Lumpha. They just get up and leave a room without saying anything or announcing where they're going. I read this and then a second later is sunk in. Now I'm suddenly hyper aware of the fact me and my friends with siblings announce where we're going when or just before we leave a room, while my friends who are only children don't. Damn. Never noticed it before. Yeah, it's kinda crazy that Reddit just discovered some universal unspoken law. I'm an only child and I have never considered announcing why I'm getting up unless it's somehow necessary. Pausing a movie. Does anyone else want a soda? The complete confusion from siblings I'm seeing in the comments is shocking me. I wonder if it's because I never had to cooperate with anyone about what activity we were doing. Like if I am playing a game, I never had someone else I was playing it with. If I leave it up on the TV for an hour while I make dinner, it's just gonna still be on the TV when I get back. No one's gonna change it. My only child boyfriend did this on our first date. I was so confused when I was suddenly sitting at the table by myself. Same. We were watching a movie and suddenly he was gone. Where is he doing? Did something happen? Do I pause the movie? Do I not? Is he coming back soon? Or at all? What's happening? He just went to piss and sat back down, like nothing happened. Meanwhile, I was wholly confused about the whole thing. They leave their Halloween candy in the kitchen. So if my child did that, his dad would swipe it. Only child here, and I had to hide mine from my dad every year. I would come up with more obscure places because he would find it. One year my parents donated my Halloween candy to the food bank. I got better at hiding it after that. They eat their food leisurely. I'm one of 8. I inhale food and protect my plate. Being content with being alone for extended periods of time. Not just content, I require it or I'll become cranky. As an only child, I'd say the struggle with conflict, it's either all or nothing, because the only daily conflict you witness is your parents, and they can often go under the radar with minor conflict, so you're only exposed to major disagreements, and think all disagreements go like that. Whereas people with siblings know when to fight or just get over stuff. Definitely. I'm always taken aback by how my boyfriend and his brother speak to one another. I have to remind myself that they don't. in fact, hate each other. If you cut a cake in two and they can't immediately tell you which one is the bigger half. They panic when siblings act like siblings. "Oh my God, I can't believe you talked to your sister that way. You should apologize. What if she thinks you hate her?" Listen, I'm the only one who can talk to her like that. It's how we keep our relationship alive. They don't understand sibling dynamics. My husband is an only child, and one time I was talking shit about my brother, and he chimed in and started talking shit about my brother. I immediately got defensive and told him, "Look, I can, but you can't." My wife was an only child, and one thing I notice is that she doesn't quite have the same perspective of personal space that people with siblings do. For example, our bathroom has 2 sinks and 2 drawers. My multiple sibling mind says, "There's 2 of us, 1 sink each, 1 drawer each." Her only child mind thinks it is all open, for example, brushing her teeth in whatever sink, putting stuff in whatever drawer, etc. When you have siblings, you have to fight for your drawer, but when you are an only child, it is just a drawer. It is just a drawer. Sounds very deep. They talk to themselves a lot. Alone but never lonely. COVID honestly had no effect on me. Everyone was freaking out that they couldn't see friends or go out, and I was just like, I spent 18 years of my life sitting alone in a room. COVID was nothing, lol. As an only child, now an adult, I crave me time to do whatever it is that I do. I also don't like people, my husband, kids, grandkids, etc., to touch my stuff. I will buy you what I have, but please don't touch my stuff. I don't understand the concept of borrowing something. Either they're the loudest in the group or the quietest. I have a way stronger aversion to gentle bullying than my partners who have siblings. I also have way thinner emotional skin than they do, and I'm working on that. And no, I was in daycare and school from forever. But my parents were also 40 when they had me, so I got adultified real quick. It's crazy how the age of our parents plays such a big role. My mom had me at 39, and I feel like my experience was way different than my friends with young parents. They don't lock the bathroom door, or any door in the house. As an only child turned single adult living alone, most of the time, I don't even close the door. The house is my bathroom. As an only child, I absolutely need quiet alone time. I spent a lot of time alone as a kid, playing games alone in my room or the living room while my parents did whatever. If I go a day without quiet alone time, like on vacation or visiting someone else's house, I start to lose my sanity. Had a few only child friends confused by the concept of calling shotgun for the front seat. The oldest gets the front seat, that's the law. As an only child, the biggest difference I've noticed is I seem to value my friendships more than most. My friends are quite literally what I value the most in my life. As an only child, I get unreasonably angry about group punishments for someone else's fuck up. Everyone I knew that had siblings was so nonchalant about it. But I'm like, I didn't do shit. Why the hell am I being punished? I'm an only child and easily share now. As a kid, I always knew there would be more, so that's the way I see it now. My only child, son, is like this. There's no scarcity for him, so he doesn't mind sharing anything with anyone, even the last piece of something. Still have toys and stuff from childhood. Only child here. I think a dead giveaway is that we tend to have tight bonds with our childhood pets. I might not have had sibling playmates, but I had dogs or cats, and they filled my life with the love and joy I didn't get from a large family. They get uncomfortable with the idea of owing anybody anything because they never were able to rely on someone their own age as a kid. Hyper-independence. Not asking for help ever. If an only child wants something from another room, a drink, a screwdriver, their sunglasses, they will silently stand up and walk into the other room by themselves and fucking get it. I can always tell siblings because anytime anyone relocates from one room to another, it's an opportunity for everyone to place an order. It's almost like a game to see what you can get your sibling to do for you. Might just be me, but as an only child, I'm guilty of long-winded, emotional, paragraph dumps. I don't have anyone frequently accessible to vent to, so I save up my social energy and unload at an unsuspecting friend all at once. Sometimes I'll look at the wall of text I just sent and be like, damn it, I did it again. They adopt their friends as siblings and will call you their brother or sister. At least I do. I always wanted siblings growing up, but my mom had a lot of miscarriages, so I ended up a lonely only. Having full-blown arguments with themselves that they still lose. My observation is that people who grew up as the only child in the family do not rush while eating. When dining out with several of my acquaintances, who grew up as the only child, I noticed that they eat their meals slowly and enjoy every bite, while I, coming from a large family, devour my portion like a wild animal. What's a dead giveaway someone grew up as an only child? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.